So, how is it that two people can have the same life experiences, the same accolades, but one is completely empty and the other person is truly happy? Well, I'll tell you, the difference between the two people is the amount of gratitude that they have. Gratitude is the foundation to happiness. When we practice gratitude, we are training our minds to appreciate what we already have, and that brings us significant amounts of happiness. But the thing is that nowadays people do not practice gratitude anymore. They just look to the next thing. They want the next crave, the next hit of dopamine. They want the next thing, but they don't appreciate what they already have. There's a story in the Bible which I really love, and it's in Luke 10, verses 38 through 42, and it's about when Jesus visited Martha and Mary. And it says like this: As Jesus and the disciples continued on their way to Jerusalem, they came to a certain village where a woman named Martha welcomed him into her home. Her sister Mary sat at the Lord's feet listening to what he taught, but Martha was distracted by the big dinner she was preparing. She came to Jesus and said, "Lord, doesn't it seem unfair to you that my sister just sits here while I do all the work? Tell her to come and help me." But the Lord said to her, "My dear Martha, you are worried and upset over all these details. There is only one thing worth being concerned about. Mary has discovered it, and it will not be taken away from her." So in this small story, we can see that Martha was overwhelmed with the amount of things she had to do. She was so focused on her tasks and on getting to where she wanted to be that she gave up the opportunity to speak to the one and only Jesus Christ who was inside of her house. She was so busy and overwhelmed that she overlooked what was right in front of her. And I feel like nowadays it's easy for us to do the same thing. We're so overwhelmed with our daily lives. We have all these busy schedules, and sometimes we don't sit and realize what we have in front of us. On the other hand, Mary, she was present in the moment, and she was grateful that Jesus was right there in their house. And that's the thing. With gratitude, you have to practice being present in the moment. Because many people like to dwell on the past, or they're anxious about the future, and for that reason, they don't experience true happiness. True happiness comes when you're present in the moment and when you're appreciating what's around you. And there's always something to be grateful for. A lot of people only like to give thanks whenever something extraordinary happens in their life, but they leave out the minute details. The fact that we have health, the fact that we have shelter, the fact that we ate today, the fact that we're watching this on a device, whatever you're watching this on, that is already a blessing that the Lord has given to you. But it's up to us to really reflect on it. We have to take time out of our day to reflect and to truly appreciate what God has already done in our lives. Because we might think that He's not doing anything, He's not moving, I'm in a waiting season, this and that, and those are valid answers sometimes to an extent. But the one thing that we forget to do is to reflect and see how far He's already brought us, how far we've come with God. And that's why I say we have to appreciate how far we've come. And we have to appreciate what He's going to do with us throughout the future. There's always something to be grateful for. And when we realize that, that's when we truly feel happiness. Whenever I was around 15 to 14 years old, it was around 3 to 4 years ago, I was really caught up in my baseball. in my baseball inquiries and what I had to do to be a better baseball player. You know, I was so caught up in practicing, watching film, lifting weights. I was so caught up in all of that I had no idea that the best times were right in front of me. The blessings that I was looking for was right in front of me. I had my family who supported me. I had my grandfather who supported me in every single thing I do. I had food on the table. I had shelter. I had a bed to sleep in. But I overlooked that because I was so worried about becoming better and better and better that I didn't take the time to appreciate what I had in front of me. But I thank God that He's been working in my life, and I've truly come to a place where I've been practicing gratitude, and I feel much more happier. And I encourage y'all to do the same, you know. And it doesn't have to be that you're giving thanks at every second, you know. Of course, we have our things to do. But I encourage y'all to at least write 5 things that you're grateful for. Every morning, write 5 things that you're grateful for. And truly reflect on them. Don't just write them down just to write them down, but truly reflect on why you're grateful for these things. And reflect on the fact. Reflect on how your life would be if you didn't have these things. You know, that's when our perspective really changes. Because God, as easy as God gave us something, He can easily take it away as well. So we have to appreciate what we have in the moment. And that is what's going to bring us true happiness. We live in a society where everything is comparison. Everyone's comparing themselves to the greats. Everyone wants to be great. Everyone's comparing themselves to this person, to that person. I don't have this. I don't have that. I will be happy whenever I achieve this. I'll be happy whenever I achieve that. Why can't you be happy right now? What is holding you back from being happy in this very moment? There's nothing holding you back. You have the power within you, and God has given you His blessings. But it's up to you, and it's up to us to reflect and to appreciate on what we already have. Comparison isn't going to get you anywhere, but what will take you places is having true gratitude in what you already have. That is where you find true happiness. Thank y'all for watching, and if y'all want to see more of my content, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. And yeah, we're gonna start posting every Sunday now. I want to start making a consistent schedule, so tune in every Sunday if you would like. And I hope that this word was inspiration, and I hope that it motivated somebody to change the way that they've been acting. So again, thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.